Here are 8 quotes from history to quickly improve your life. Number 1. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Walt Disney. Everyone has that one thing that they love doing, whether it's a sport or playing an instrument or some sort of public speaking or just something that you just love to do. This is a subject that you could talk about for hours and hours and hours, but that's the problem. Most of us just end up talking about it for hours and hours and hours. What if instead of training, Rocky just talked about boxing for hours? What if instead of playing piano, Beethoven only talked about playing piano? What if instead of writing, Mark Twain chose to talk about writing? The first step towards quickly improving your life is to stop talking and start doing. Number 2, you don't have to see the whole staircase just to take the first step. Martin Luther King. A lot of the times when you look at the road ahead of you, it can seem daunting and scary, and there's just an unknowing amount of effort that you're gonna have to put in the future. When you look at everything that you have to do and everything that you have to learn, it can be overwhelming and it's scary. And the way to move past this is to simply look at the first step. Only focus on the first thing that you have to do and focus on that thing at all costs. Get it done immediately. Force yourself to do it. Tell yourself that it is the most important part of your day. Convince yourself that it is the most important thing that you will ever do. Something that helps me is I set a timer for 5 minutes, and in those 5 minutes, I do nothing but complete this one single task. The task that will get me started in the day. This task can be cleaning up your desk, it can be writing in a journal, or even like writing down a quote on a sticky note. But these 5 minutes are that first step. And the amazing thing is that once you take that first step, you can take the second step, and then the third, and then the fourth, and then the fifth. And every step just becomes easier and easier, but it all starts with that first step. Number 3, you can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Christopher Columbus. Alright, so now you have momentum, you're doing something with your life, you're finding meaning, you're finding fulfillment, you're doing something that brings you closer to the divine. The only problem is that you're beginning to feel comfortable with what you're doing. Maybe this means that you're only practicing the same set of scales over and over again, or maybe it means you're doing the same sort of drills, or maybe you're only going until it slightly hurts at the gym. These examples would be like if Columbus literally turned around if he couldn't see the shoreline anymore. You must take that leap of faith, that leap of action, that leap into the unknown and embrace all the uncertainty that is on the other side. Try new things that you haven't done before and constantly push yourself to the absolute limits so that you can keep breaking that line and moving it forward. This is how you truly become skilled at whatever craft you're pursuing, constantly breaking barrier after barrier after barrier. Number 4, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. Benjamin Franklin. You might be learning all this new stuff now and you might be excelling at it and your life is beginning to change, but in order for truly making a change in your life, you must be able to retain all the information that you're learning. And how do you do this? Well, if you're told this, you might forget it. If you're taught it, you might remember it. But if you're involved in it, then you will learn. Become involved. Make an effort to actually be involved in everything that you do. Take this video for example. Some of you may have already heard the quotes that I'm saying, and you might have forgotten them. This video is teaching you these quotes, so you'll remember them. But in order for this video to actually impact you, then you must go out into the world and actually apply the principles that are being taught. One of my favorite ways to do this is to find people that are better than me at the skill at which I'm trying to learn, and truly involve myself in whatever they're doing. I make sure to surround myself with these types of people and really learn what they have to say. I also go with them to places and actually do what they are doing. And in this way, you will not only be able to learn your art, but you will also be able to retain it. Number 5, I came, I saw, I conquered. Julius Caesar. This is just a really good quote that I wanted to add in the video. It doesn't really add much, but just have the mindset of a Roman legionnaire marching in a battle and being ready to attack anything and any obstacle that is in front of you. Number 6, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Winston Churchill. You are going to fail. It's inevitable. You must learn from these failures and use them to your advantage. Think of a failure as a sign that you can use to head in the right direction in the future. If you keep messing up a certain type of scale, then take it as a sign to focus more on that specific type of scale. Don't focus on what doesn't need to be focused on. The difference between someone who did great things and someone who didn't is only a difference of one success. One single breakthrough. And the way to do that is to develop this incredible enthusiasm for your art, a love for what you do. And with this, you'll be able to learn from your failures. You'll be able to take the lessons from them and move quickly so that you can get to that success faster. This is why it is so important to pick a subject that you genuinely love, something that you feel called to, a vocation. With this vocation, you literally won't be able to give up because it's not just something that you do, but it's a mission that you're on. And this mission that you're on is something that will greatly improve your life. Number 7. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. John D Rockefeller. Okay, so now that you're good at what you do, it's time for one more step before your life really changes. You must not become complacent with good, but reach for the great. Set goals that are unrealistic and strive for what has not been done. This may require you to literally change yourself into a person that you thought you couldn't be, a new you. There's something beautiful about the fact that our genetic structure has so many layers that are undiscovered and can only be discovered by putting ourselves through stressful and difficult situations. And in those difficult situations, we thrive. In those difficult situations, we find parts of ourselves that we thought weren't there, and we become a better version of ourselves. And the way to get through these difficult situations is to become obsessed with what you do. Learn everything about it, want to know everything about it. This is how you truly become great. You become obsessed and you put yourself in difficult and scary situations that force you to become a better version of yourself. And when you do this, you will have the ability to make something that the world has never seen before. Number 8. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. Aristotle. Congratulations. You have now improved your life. Now it's time to give back. Use your newfound self and the lessons that you've learned along the way to teach. It would be selfish and lonely to keep all these lessons just for yourself, and that's why this is a step that will probably improve your life the most. When you give back, you feel a sense of wholeness that's unlike any other. Just the fact that you are helping someone, just like someone helped you in the beginning, creates a cycle of goodness. Not only will you feel great, but the whole world will become a better place because of it. And I think that's something that we can all agree that we all want. These are 8 quotes from history that will quickly improve your life.